Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Kakudash. Double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. And as always, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And I just want to say, anxiety can be a stumbling block. And every once in a while, anxiety will come. But that's part of the battle of this flesh, where you gotta use the power of the spirit to overcome the flesh, because the flesh and you giving worry to the things of the flesh is what suppresses your overall being, because then your body and your spirit starts to suffer. And that's why it tells us in the Apocrypha to drive anxiety or heaviness away. All right, it tells us basically heaviness comes death, and heaviness of the heart breaketh strength. So that's why it's best to just leave everything in the hands of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And what you're seeing right now with this whole pandemic psyop is led to a lot of people being hospitalized because, for one, a lot of people are sitting in front of that TV consuming all this fear porn, and all that fear, it it leads to suppression of your immune system because you're being over worried. You're afraid of what can happen to you. You're buying into all this propaganda and all this fear, and now your immune system is being compromised. You're worried about if you're gonna catch it, if you're positive. As soon as you get a slight little cold or a little cough, now you bugging out. Now you feel like you must go and get that faulty ass test, and then all of a sudden you get back the results that you feared, and now you up in the hospital because they convinced you that the most deadliest illness known to man has crept in and infected you. Now your ass about to end up on a ventilator where the worst outcome is to be expected. Well, you wouldn't have been in that predicament if you wasn't suffering from your anxiety. It tells you in the scriptures to put off put off those mortal thoughts. And these people that are succumbing to this whole psyop is because they can't get their hearts in check, meaning their mind. Because fear suppresses your immune system. That's where the suffering comes from. All right, what a person believes will happen or expect to happen actually influences your behavior in making the decision out of haste, and that increases the likelihood of that feared outcome. All right, so I'm just going into this because after I watched this video from the elder from Baltimore, Karatazaba, it actually sparked me. And now I watched this a few days ago, but it came back to me. All right, because a lot of these people, the reason why they're getting got by this whole thing is because they have the spirit of fear upon them. And when you are in that mindset of fear, it leaves yourself vulnerable to the attacks of Shaitan. This is how he can get you and manipulate you. All right, let's get our Second Timothy. This is why his devices will not work upon us, because the Lord did not give us the spirit of fear. Second Timothy 1 verse 7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. You look up fear, the Greek word is delia, all right, delia, and it says timidity, fearfulness, cowardice. A lot of people are fearful, man, consuming all that fear porn, from Satan's medium. Get away from, turn that shit off, man. Go watch a movie, all right. If you need to, cut on the lo-fi chill station, all right. Go listen to some smooth jazz or something, man. Get your mind off of that stuff, because you're gonna you will destroy yourself. Anxiety can be a stumbling block. Anxiety even got certain Israelites basically making decisions based off of their anxiety and actually trying to use scripture to justify it, because they have the cares of this life. They care about their job, they care about their profession, they care about the material possession, the different things that they uh have that's of the earth, and they have care for it. So the fear of losing it causes anxiety. So they're going to make a decision that's going to allow them to actually keep it. And that's what the Lord meant when he was going into that parable of the sower and the seed, and those who fell by the wayside, those that fell upon stony grounds, and those that fell upon the thorns. Now, those that fell by the thorns, this is Luke 8:14. It says, and that which fell among thorns are they which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life. And that's what a lot of these people care for. And that's the reason why that's what's influencing their decision making, because they care about the riches and the pleasures of this life. They want it to continue. So Satan is right there dangling that carrot right in front of you. Well, if you don't want to lose this carrot, or if you don't want to miss out, then by all means, give me your soul, man. Make that decision. And that's all it takes for a lot of these people. And it says, and bring no fruit to perfection. So you can easily fall out behind anxiety. Now let's look up that word cares. And the word is mirimna in the Greek, and it says care, anxiety. All right. So, we got to drive that anxiety away, man, and don't let it become a stumbling block to you. All right. Let me get Proverbs 12:25. And he says, heaviness in the heart of man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. Now I want to read that in the NIV. Proverbs 12:25, it says, anxiety weighs down the heart, but a kind word cheers it up. See? So You being so careful and so worrisome about something, it will weigh your heart down, meaning your mind, which causes distress. And distress, is bad for your heart, and it suppresses your immune system. A lot of those people in those hospitals is because they have a compressed, or it's like a suppressed immune system, bad dieting, stress, worries, no exercising. You see, so the scriptures, talks about it, man, and you see that the scriptures do not speak of anxiety in a good light. All right, let's get another one. I want to go to Ecclesiastes 11 and 10. And it says, so then banish anxiety from your heart and cast off the troubles of your body. Because that's all you're doing is that you bringing trouble upon your flesh. It says, for youth and vigor are meaningless. All right, meaning when you're young, you it's not really good to stress when you're young. You know, when you're in your youth, that's when you should be, you know, getting into things, man, and enjoying your days. Because that actually affects, your life expectancy, man. That stress will come up. It will come back to haunt you. Now, of course, because we're under the curse, and the scriptures do say that we will live in sorrow, but we got to learn how to balance that, man, and not always be depressed. This devil, he thrives off of you living in that mindset because you're vulnerable to his attacks, man. He takes advantage of people in fear because he know people are not really thinking rationally when they're in fear. See, just like he thrives off of you not being well. He can't make any money as long as you are healthy, as long as you're a whole. So this devil will do anything to keep you, afflicted, man. So hey, like the scriptures say, take no heaviness to heart, drive it away, and remember the last end. Because heaviness cometh death, and the heaviness of the heart breaketh strength. You gotta drive that away, man, and be, you know, positive oriented. And any burdens that you do have, hey, cast it upon Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Psalms 55 and 21 to like your 22, it says, cast thy burden or your heaviness upon Yahweh, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. All right. And let's get also in First Peter. Yeah, First Peter 5 and 6, it says, humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of the Most High power, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. All right. And that care is what? That anxiety. Same word, miramna, anxiety, man. Okay. Casting all your anxiety upon him, for he careth for you. The Lord knows what you have need of. All he needs for you is to just, continue to be steadfast. All right. And constantly be sober, man. Be sober minded. Watch. Be circumspect. Because this devil, he will play upon your fear. It says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So be alert, man. Your enemy, he prowls around. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for somebody to destroy. And he can definitely get you when you're fearful, when you're worried. It says, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Okay, because hey, all the brothers and even the sisters, man, throughout the world, we're undergoing the same kind of sufferings. You know, where none of us are strange to, these afflictions that we're catching. All right. It says, but the power of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Hamashiach Yahushai, after that you have suffered a while, make you perfect. All right. Strong, establish, strengthen, settle you. Okay. So, this is just a land back, off of this video. This video inspired me to want to do a lesson because, I already know that the anxiety is going to increase because we know that this devil, he's all bets are off with him right now. You know, he's gonna use everything in his arsenal, and you can tell people are starting to get a little worrisome, man. I'm talking about like brothers and some of you sisters, man. Hold up, okay? So anyway, I just want to do this lesson. Lord willing, this was edifying and give all praises, glory, and honor to you. About Shem Shai. Until the next lesson, Shalom.